Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing? These are some of the most fascinating videos to react to. Why I left the US for Germany. Wow. Damn. He really switched teams like that. Actually, I view Germany as being on the same team as America. Maybe you guys don't. I don't know. I view the whole Western world as kind of like a team. You know, and maybe even the whole world as a team. I don't know. Anyway, that's besides the point. He left the U.S. for Germany. A lot of people around election time here in America, especially around election time, I should say, are like, if you don't like it, then why don't you leave? And, you know, he did. Seth said, okay, I will. I won't put words into his mouth. I'm not saying he doesn't like America. I guess we'll find out. It's one of the fascinating things to hear. But go check him out, Seth in Berlin. There you go. He's not in America anymore. He's in Berlin. Let's see why. Always interesting to hear.
Hey, thanks for tuning into this video. Today I'm going to talk about the reasons why I decided to leave the U.S.
What a beautiful background that is. Man, you can tell he's not in the U.S.
and come to Germany. While I do that, I'm going to enjoy a nice little breakfast of Leberkäse and a coffee. And the funny looks I get when people pass by when I'm recording myself eating. So in order to understand why I moved here.
Well, I know German people have no, you know, you guys will just stare at people, right? That's a thing that I've, you know, I mean, you guys have said it. I always feel like, you know, when I say something like that, it might be like taken offensively. And it's like, no, well, it's German people that said that. And I you know, I just soak it in. Apparently you guys, you know, you're very straightforward. You just stare at, if you find something interesting, you'll look at it.
Probably need to give a little bit of backstory about my history. I was in the Air Force from 1998 through 2004, and I'd been stationed.
That's pretty cool. It's not easy to get into the Air Force.
Stationed at Charleston Air Force Base in South Carolina for 2 years. Then I was stationed at Spain-Dalhem Air Base in the southwest part of Germany for 4 years. And while I didn't really like my job while I was at Spain-Dalhem, it gave me the chance to travel and see a lot of things that I wouldn't have gotten to see otherwise. It also let me fall in love with Germany. I love this country so much. So while I was in...
How cool is that? Also, I know this is weird, but I just want to see what he's eating. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. What was that? I mean, I know he said it.
So much.
But I want to see it. I'm so weird. What is that? Is that chicken on bread?
Much.
Looks good.
So while I was in the Air Force, I got a bachelor's degree. I worked on my bachelor's degree in history and graduated from the...
That's the nice thing about being in the military is you get free education.
University of Maryland.
From a university.
And in 2004, right before I got out. At that point, I had...
Like they will pay your tuition.
The option of either to re-enlist, but maybe change jobs, or to get out and do something. I just didn't know what I was going to do with a history degree. I thought my options at that point were either go to grad school and get a master's or a PhD in history, or go to law school. And I decided to go to law school. 2005, I went to the University of Arkansas and graduated in 2008 with a law degree. And I practiced law for about 12 years. After I graduated in 2008, I moved to Las Vegas because I didn't want to go back to Dallas. And I never really ever had any intention of going back to Dallas. But then I moved, like I said, I moved to Las Vegas in 2008, and then the recession happened. I couldn't find a job. Basically, I ran out of money and I had to go back to Dallas.
Yeah.
So I moved back to Dallas, took the Texas bar in 2009.
How does this end up in moving to Germany?
And, you know, I met my wife. Well, re-met her. We went to high school together.
So you and your wife both moved to Germany? That's kind of, that's hard to do.
Ended up getting married. And, you know, that was that for 10 years. And then it didn't work out. We ended up getting divorced.
Oh, well, there you go.
Last year. Well, we separated last year. Divorce was final this year. And we're still friends. We still get along, okay? We just didn't work being married. When I graduated law school, I never had any intention of going back to Dallas. And then so kind of I moved back. It wasn't really a choice. So, and then getting married, my ex never, we had to stay in Dallas because she had 2 kids and there was custody orders and stuff. Plus her
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel like family is what makes moving, especially to a new country, really difficult.
parents were there and she didn't want to leave. So, which I understand. In the last couple of years, I've really, my anxiety was super high and I never really knew, you know, where money was going to come from. It was
Isn't that kind of interesting? Because, I mean, I don't know exactly where he's going with this, but you always hear Europeans talk about, one of the biggest cultural differences between America and Europe is Europeans work to live and Americans live to work. And it seems like that might be where he's going with this.
stressful life, and I started hating it and hating it more, and I realized I had to get out of it. So then Corona happened, and I had nothing but time, and I realized, why not move back to Germany? And
It's always fun seeing people walking around Europe because you can just see they're dressed so nice. I mean, yeah, people dress like this in America, don't get me wrong, but it's, there will be a lot of casual people, dressed a lot more casually mixed in.
and I started thinking about how to do it. Then I also started thinking, well, what else can I do besides practice law? And I was like, well, maybe I can now take the other path.
I'm sorry, I keep interjecting total random shit. But the lack of cars going by is kind of fascinating.
Maybe go to grad school, get
There's one.
a degree in history and teach, or something like that. Then I found out, as an international student, you can go to college in Germany essentially for free. I mean, you pay a student fee every semester, which is 100 to 300 euros, every term.
Even as an international student, that just blows my mind that could be free.
And you have to buy books and stuff, but other than that, you don't have to pay tuition. I know it gets paid by taxes, but I assume the incentive is you'll graduate and you'll stay here and then you'll start paying taxes.
Wow. That is so crazy. Wow. That's just so mind-blowing. My God.
So really,
You're telling me I could have gone to Germany and gone to school for free?
my main reason for moving here was I needed a change, and I had the opportunity, so I took it. And I've always loved it here. So
That's actually kind of inspirational, I'm not gonna lie. Not that I am in that position to where I need to restart my life or anything, but if you did, for people who do feel that way, that's a hard leap to take, but this guy did it. And that's pretty inspirational for those people. You know what I mean? You can change your life completely. Up and move to Germany and go to school there. Wow.
it's so beautiful. I mean, it's a cool day today. It was rainy yesterday, but that's what you get when you're in Germany. I was wearing shorts the day before. The main reason is because I love it here. And then I had the opportunity to go to school. I applied, I got accepted to a program.
The lack of cars is just kind of blowing my mind. Obviously, I've known, of course, Europe has more of a walking culture and a bicycling culture. But in a video like this, it's so random. But in a video like this, it just accentuates it for me. We're in the middle of the city. And where are the cars? It's so peaceful sounding. There's no rushing traffic. How is that?
In Bavaria, southeast part
I mean, maybe we're not in the middle of a big city. I don't know.
of Germany. And so I moved. Simple as that, all right? Another reason I wanted to move here was simply the pace of life is different. I'm in Bamberg, which is in Bavaria, and it's a Sunday, and there's really nothing open except a few restaurants like this.
Maybe that's why there's not Is this a road? I'm so confused. Just as an American looking at this, I don't even know. I'm lost. I saw a couple cars going by, but this doesn't look like a road. You can't drive there, can you? But also, anyway, he said it's Sunday, so of course most stuff is closed. But there's still people out here.
People are
Just, I don't know. American, I cannot comprehend. Can't comprehend it.
out walking and enjoying life.
but it's pretty beautiful.
You know, they have quiet hours on Sunday. Everything's closed on Sunday, except for restaurants. It's a nice pace of life. It's different. They put value on different things than we do in America. My final reason really is political. I'm terrified of the U.S. elections in November. I am not a
Wow. Wait, when was this? Interesting. That's kind of funny. He said that, and I'm like thinking he's talking about this one. Because this one, you know, every 4 years you get these scary, huge elections. But this was last time. This was Biden and Trump.
Trump supporter. Never. U.S. elections in November. I am not a Trump supporter. Never have been. Never will.
I don't think any Trump supporters are moving to Germany. You know what I mean?
And I'm pretty sure I'm terrified, and I'm terrified that he's going to try to steal the election.
Hold up. You gotta just acknowledge this guy needs to, you know, he needs to like, I don't know. He's got a good track record of predictions. Let me just say that. Wow. Did he really just say that in September before the election? Okay. Okay.
Terrified.
I'm blown away by that.
Terrified that he's going to try to steal the election. And I think it's going to get really bad there.
You should have warned somebody, dude.
And I personally think Trump is not the disease. He's a symptom of the disease. And there are too many people who support him and agree with him for my taste. I can't tell you how many times I heard, well, if you don't like it, why don't you just leave? So I did.
Oh my God. Yes, dude. Who's making the predictions now? Oh my God. What did I say at the beginning of this video?
I have no intention of going back. Maybe one day. I mean, I'll go back to visit my parents and stuff, but I have no intention of living there again.
Wow.
It's far too regressive. Healthcare is insanely expensive. And it's, you know, I'm not getting younger, so that's important to me to be able to afford healthcare. Values and the conservativeness of America doesn't fit me. So that's why I moved here.
I have to say, I'm not even, you know, I never think of things from a political lens, but I just have to respect someone who's like, yeah, I totally disagree with this, you know, half the population over there politically, so I left and moved somewhere where I do, you know, I'm more in line with what they believe. That's pretty amazing.
Those are just a few reasons.
Difficult to do, to be honest. Difficult to do. It's not easy to just upend your life and go move to a different country.
I'll give you more in the future, but I thought we should have a conversation about this and talk. I'm still working on getting an apartment set up, and so I can set up a studio.
You got to install the kitchen, huh?
So you're gonna have to deal with seeing beautiful sights and me talking at cafes and stuff for a while until I can get it set up. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've found it entertaining.
I certainly did.
If you did, please click the like button.
Will do. Will do.
And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel,
Okay,
please
I
go
will.
ahead and do so.
That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted by seeing this picture of a Nulf. Anyway, that was a really cool video. I enjoyed that a lot. He said, they told me, if you don't like it, get out. So I did. Wow. Okay, go check out his channel link down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.